The time has finally come. Fans will be back in the stands as week 0 of the college football season kicks off this week with some intriguing matchups. I don't know about y'all, but I am super excited for the season to kick off as we return to a somewhat normal season. But that leaves the question, who should you bet on going into this weekend's matchups? In this video, I will give you a guide on what to consider when betting on the 4 FBS matchup games this weekend. So let's get into it. In this video, I will not be telling you who you should pick. I will be giving you relevant information to help you decide who you yourself will want to pick. I will be covering the 4 FBS versus FBS matchups. I will not be going into detail for the San Jose State Southern Utah game, but I will say San Jose State has won the previous 2 matchups, in 2000 winning 47-7 and in 2010 winning 16-11. Southern Utah went 1-5 last year and last made the FCS playoffs in 2017. Now let's preview the 4 other matchups this weekend. The biggest game of the weekend is probably the Nebraska-Illinois game. As of now, the spread stands Nebraska as 7-point favorites with an over-under of 55. ESPN's matchup predictor gives Nebraska a 65% chance to win. In the last 5 matchups going back to 2016, Nebraska has won 4 of the 5. In 2016, Nebraska went in as 20-point favorites and won 31-16. In 2017, they went in as 5-point favorites and won 28-6. In 2018, Nebraska went in as 17-point favorites and won 54-35 over Illinois. And in 2019, Nebraska went in as 13-point favorites, winning 42-38. But last year, Nebraska went in as 16-point underdogs and lost to Illinois 41-23. Nebraska is 4-1, going 2-3 against the spread in the last 5 games against Illinois. The average score, Nebraska 35.6, Illinois 27.2, with a total of 62.8 on average. Going into this season, against the spread, Nebraska went 4-4 in 2020 going against the spread, 3-9 in 2019, 7-5 in 2018, 4-8 in 2017, and 6-5-2 in 2016, making their record against the spread over the last 5 years 24-31-2. When it comes to the over-under, in 2020, they were 1-7 with the over, 5-6-1 in 2019, 7-5 in 2018, 7-4-1 in 2017, and 4-9 in 2016, meaning in the last 5 years they're 24-31-2 when trying to get the over. Their road record over the last 5 years is 8-17, going 2-3 in 2020, 2-3 in 2019, 0-5 in 2018, 2-3 in 2017, and 2-3 in 2016. They're 2-1 in the last 3 matchups at Illinois though. They returned 10 starters on defense, and Martinez and Nebraska will need to make big plays on offense if they want to win the game. They will rely on the ground game a lot as well. On the Illinois side, over the last 5 years against the spread, Illinois is 26-31. In 2020, they were 3-5. In 2019, they were 8-5. In 2018, they were 5-7. In 2017, they were 5-7. And in 2016, they were 5-7. When it comes to the over-under, they are 4-4 in 2020, 6-6-1 in 2019, 7-5 in 2018, 5-7 in 2017, 6-6 in 2016, and over the last 5 years, they're 28-29 overall when it comes to the over-under. Their home record over the last 5 years is 11-19, going 0-3 in 2020, 4-3 in 2019, 3-3 in 2018, 2-5 in 2017, and 2-5 in 2016. They finished dead last in the Big Ten when it came to total defense last year, and will look to crank up the pressure early in the matchup. They have a few good wide receiver transfers and a decent run game. This should be a fun matchup to watch, kicking off at 1 p.m. Eastern. The next game I want to talk about is UConn versus Fresno State. Fresno State is 27.5-point favorites going into this game with an over-under of 63. The ESPN matchup predictor gives Fresno State a 94.9% chance of winning this game. This is the first ever matchup between the two schools, according to Phil Steele. Fresno State is 2-3 in the last 5 openers, scoring an average of 39.4 points per game, but only 17.33 points per game against FBS teams and openers. Fresno State is 9-4-1 against the spread against non-conference opponents since 2017. Against the spread in 2016, they went 7-4. In 2017, they were 11-1. In 2018, they were 10-4. In 2019, they were 4-7-1. And in 2020, they were 3-3, meaning their overall record over the last 5 years against the spread is 35-20-2. When it comes to the over-under, in 2016, they were 5-6. 2017, they were 4-10. In 2018, they were also 4-10. In 2019, they were 8-4. And in 2020, they were 3-3, bringing their overall record over the last 5 years to 24-33 when it comes to hitting the over. Their home record since 2016 is 15-11, going 1-5 in 2016, 5-1 in 2017, 6-0 in 2018, 2-4 in 2019, and 1-1 in 2020. It has been 645 days since Fresno State has had a crowd in their stadium, and they will look to bottle up UConn's 1,000-yard rusher Menza. This will be UConn's first game in 638 days after canceling last season, and it will be their first time playing as an independent since 2003. They're 0-3 straight up and 1-2 against the spread against Mountain West Conference opponents, and last lost to Boise State 62-7 in 2018. They're 4-1 in the last 5 season openers, but 0-1 against FBS opponents, losing 56-17 to UCF. Against the spread in 2016, they were 2-7-3, 5-7 in 2017, 3-9 in 2018, and 5-7 in 2019, meaning their last 5 years they are 15-30-3. When it comes to hitting the over, they were 2-9-1 in 2016, 6-6 in 2017, 7-5 in 2018, 5-7 in 2019, and over the last 5 years, they were 20-27-1. Their road record since 2016 is 2-20, going 0-5 in 2016, 1-4 in 2017, 0-6 in 2018, and 1-5 in 2019. The third matchup I want to talk about is Hawaii at UCLA. UCLA comes into the game as 17.5 point favorites with an over-under of 68.5. ESPN's matchup predictor gives UCLA a 90.7% chance of winning. UCLA is 3-0 against Hawaii with only one meeting since the 1930s. In 2017, when UCLA won 56-23 as a 24-point favorite. This is the earliest start of the season for UCLA in program history, and Chip Kelly is 0-6 straight up and 1-5 against the spread in non-conference games since taking over the head coaching job. He is 0-4 straight up and against the spread against Group of 5 opponents as well. UCLA is 1-4 in the last 5 years in season openers, scoring an average of 28.4 points per game. When it comes to their record against the spread, in 2016 they went 4-8, 2017 they went 4-9, in 2018 they went 5-6-1, in 2019 they went 4-7-1, and in 2020 they went 4-3, with an overall record the last 5 years of 21-33-2 against the spread. When it comes to hitting the over, in 2016 they were 4-7-1, in 2017 they were 8-5, in 2018 they were 7-5, in 2019 they were 5-6-1, and in 2020 they were 4-3, making their overall record the last 5 years hitting the over of 28-26-2. Since 2016 they have a home record of 15-14, going 3-3 in 2016, 6-0 in 2017, 2-5 in 2018, 2-4 in 2019, and 2-2 in 2020. They returned Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Kyle Phillips, and Greg Dulrich, and returned 10 starters on defense. Hawaii is 3-8 against the spread in road non-conference games since 2014. They are 2-8 in the last 10 road openers and 4-1 in the last 5 overall openers. They scored an average of 38.2 points per game in their last 5 openers, and when it comes to their record against the spread, in 2016 they went 6-7, in 2017 they went 1-10-1, in 2018 they went 5-8-1, in 2019 they went 8-7, and in 2020 they went 4-5, with an overall record over the last 5 years against the spread of 24-37-2. When it comes to hitting the over, in 2016 they were 9-4, in 2017 they were 4-8, in 2018 they were 8-6, in 2019 they were 9-6, and in 2020 they were 2-7, making their overall record of hitting the over 32-31 over the last 5 years. When it comes to their road record, since 2016 they are 11-16, going 3-3 in 2016, 1-5 in 2017, 3-3 in 2018, and 3-3 in 2019, and 1-2 in 2020. Hawaii returns all 11 starters on defense, and Chevan Cordero will be a key player in this game at quarterback for Hawaii. The last matchup I want to talk about is UTEP at New Mexico State. As of now, UTEP is 10-point favorites with an over-under of 59. ESPN's matchup predictor gives UTEP a 68.9% chance of winning the game. In their last 4 matchups, In 2016, UTEP went into the game as 9-point favorites, winning 38-22. New Mexico State went into the 2017 matchup as 19-point favorites, winning 41-14. New Mexico State went into the 2018 matchup as 4-point favorites, winning 27-20. And in 2019, New Mexico State went into the matchup as 7-point favorites, winning 44-35. The winning team has covered in 3 of the last 4 matchups. New Mexico State is 2-0 at home in their last 2 matchups against UTEP. New Mexico State has scored an average of 33.5 points per game, while UTEP has scored an average of 26.75 points per game in the matchup, or with a total score average of 60.25 between the 2 teams. New Mexico State is 0-6 straight up and 1-5 against the spread in season openers, with the last win coming over Cal Poly in 2014. UTEP leads the series with 57 wins to New Mexico State's 38 and 2 ties. New Mexico State is 3-0 straight up and against the spread since 2018 against UTEP. New Mexico State University scores an average of 16.8 points per game in openers over the last 5 years. When it comes to their record against the spread, in 2016 they were 7-5, in 2017 they were 7-5-1, in 2018 they were 2-9-1, and in 2019 they were 5-7, going 1-1 in the spring this past year, making their overall record against the spread 22-27-2. When it comes to their record hitting they went 7-5 in 2016, 5-8 in 2017, 7-5 in 2018, and 6-6 in 2019, making their record hitting the over the last 5 years 25-24. When it comes to their home record, in 2016 they went 3-2, in 2017 they went 3-2, in 2018 they went 2-3, as well as in 2019, and in 2020 they were 1-1, making their record at home over the last 5 years 11-11. According to Phil Steele, they have 3 returning starters on their whole team. When it comes to UTEP, they are 3-2 in season openers over the last 5 years, but 1-1 against FBS opponents. They score an average of 23 points in openers, and their record against the spread in 2016 was 5-6-1, in 2017 3-9, 2018 5-7, 2019 3-9, and 2020 was 5-3, making their record over the last 5 years against the spread 21-34-1. When it comes to their record against the over, they went 7-5 in 2016, 4-7-1 in 2017, 7-5 in 2018 and 2019, and 4-4 in 2020, making their overall record against the over the last 5 years 29-26-1. Their record on the road over the last 5 years is 3-27, going 1-4 in 2016, 0-7 in 2017, 1-5 in 2018, 0-6 in 2019, and 1-5 in 2020. The favorite has won New Mexico State's matchup over the last 7 games aside from the spring. In the last 6 night games New Mexico State has played has hit the under. But what do you think? Who do you think will win the FBS versus FBS matchups during week 0 this weekend? Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of my other videos right here. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, remember to embrace the grind.